Hello friends!
Hi!
We are back. It is December 29th and welcome back to our channel with the Knitting Twinnings. I'm Emily.
And I'm Julia.
Thank you for tuning back on our channel. So our last episode was a little bit over 2 weeks ago, I think. And so what happened since then?
Because we have some time off, we thought that it would be cool to do a new episode now and talk about our holiday projects and kind of do a little bit of a recap of 2024, what we did this year, and then talk about our plans for next year. So let's go.
Yeah.
I think we both finished projects since last time.
I finished my Sophie shawl in the Wandering Flock. What's the colorway's name?
Aimee's Peaches and
Aimee's
Dreams.
Peaches and Dreams. I had it on the needle since October, I think. Since going to Barcelona. It's done. It's I love this shape. I think it's the third one I've knit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the third Sophie shawl and
It goes perfectly with your robin beanie.
the robin beanie that I knit last year in the same colorway. So I'm happy to have
a matching set.
Yeah.
And so for your Sophie shawl, you only used one
One skein of
singles and one skein of mohair held together.
Yeah.
So it really does a nice. It's the perfect size actually, because you can just wrap it.
It
round
is a
twice.
really nice length. I usually wrap it just once and then tie a knot. But you could wrap it twice, I think. It is light and fluffy, and a simple shape that is very easy to wear and to accessorize. And it goes perfectly with my Marley sweater that I'm wearing today. So I'm very happy with that. Do you have an FO? Yes.
I finished my big fluffy cowl. So this is a pattern by Marianne Munier, also known on the socials as Morganite. She created this pattern and released it in December, earlier this month. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called Big Fluffy Cowl by Marianne Munier. And it uses 2 skeins of Big Kumo by La Bien-Aimée. So you just choose your favorite colors and do stripes. I followed the pattern exactly, so it creates these big stripes. And I used the colors Bleu Royal and As If. I absolutely love it. The super cool thing is it's you do a provisional cast on and then you knit in the round. So it's like it's a tube, but it's all double. So it's super warm. Kumo is a lovely yarn. It's baby Suri alpaca. Oh, I actually have a skein here. It's these super huge skeins. It's a bulky weight yarn, but it's spun at an Ahan spec, so you do have a lot of yarn in there. So this used 2 skeins, and it took me about 3 weeks, I think, to knit this one.
And you did a cowl knit along with Aimee and Lolita.
We're doing the big fluffy cowl. Lolita knit hers in a matter of days. I think it took her 3 days to knit the whole thing, and she did thin stripes, and it looks so cool. Aimee is also working on hers. She did mid-size stripes, I think, and it also looks super cool.
And I'm knitting it also because you got me 2 skeins for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I've only just started it. And you got me Two of my favorite colors of La Bien-Aimée, Anémone and Fluoro Morganite.
Yeah.
Voilà. So I've only just started it, but
Yeah.
I'm excited about this cowl as
Yeah.
well.
So yeah, it was a super fun pattern, very easy. It was great mindless knitting. I cast it on when we were doing the La Bien-Aimée pop-up shop. And it was perfect. Like pop-up knitting whenever we had a few minutes between clients and stuff, then it was easy to work on it or carry with me and knit during my lunch break or something. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. So I thought for your Christmas present, I got you these two skeins and sent you the pattern, even though it's free. And yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy knitting it and then wearing it, because it is so soft and fluffy and snuggly and like, it's perfect. So I'm super happy with it. I'm really happy to finish the year with a great FO. Yeah. So that my goals for December were to finish my 3 WIPs, which I did not. I only finished this one, but still, I'm happy I finished it.
Well, you have 2 more days, so you never know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see about that. Actually, I forgot to... If we talk about our Christmas presents, I'm just going to go and grab the skein that you got for me.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay, so I'll talk quickly about my current WIP, my current work in progress. So last time I showed you I had just cast on a cardigan for our baby niece. So I will soon be done with it. It's the Dandelion cardigan by Along avec Anna. So last night I joined the body and the sleeves.
Yeah, because it's neat. Bottom up.
Bottom up, yeah. So you start with the sleeves and then you do the body and then you join everything. It's a bit fiddly, but it works really well. And
it's a raglan?
It's a raglan, and you do raglan decreases once you've joined the sleeves.
I've never knit a raglan bottom up.
It's really easy. It's the only time I've done it, but it's very easy. It's got this nice flower pattern all over it, and I'm using Hedgehog Fibers Merino DK in the colorway Teacup, which is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm really happy that I was able to get some for my niece. So,
and this you did a dye to order, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they dyed it for you?
Yeah, they dyed it for me. Yeah, on the Hedgehog Fibers website, you can actually order any color you want from them, but you know, you have to wait like 2 or 3 weeks. So it's pretty good, honestly. And I love some of the original colors, which weren't on the website when I checked, but I really wanted to knit, you know, a teacup cardigan for my niece. So I got the 2 skeins, and yeah, I'm on the second skein actually. It uses up quite a lot of yarn, that flower pattern, and I also ordered for me 2 skeins of sock yarn in the colorway Pine, which is also one of my all-time favorites. So.
You also, talking about Hedgehog Fibers, yes. You also got me a present.
Yes.
It's their Christmas colorway.
Yeah.
And it's called Ice Ice Baby.
I love it. So I got it too, and it's already round up.
Us each a skein of sock yarn.
Yeah. And you got me, and you got, for the both of us, an electric yarn winder. Yes. So that's what I used to wind this skein. I love the pattern it makes of those not triangles,
diamonds.
But yeah, diamonds. It looks really good. So it's not easy to use. It's a bit fiddly.
Don't we have it right here?
Yeah. It's a bit,
once again, I was influenced by my boss, Aimee of La Bien-Aimée. She found this online. And when I saw it, I thought we absolutely need that. Because we just spent way too much time winding that yarn. So, yeah, I got you the purple one for Christmas.
The purple one.
And we've been using it. It's not like... It's not awesome. It's not a great winder. It stops and starts and stops and, you know... It's...
But also, I think we should also, you know, wait a bit and get used to it. And it's probably all a question of tension, I think. So it's also, you know, take some getting used to, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're going to get the hang of it and we're going to be so happy to...
I mean, we already managed to wind our skeins on it. It's just like, it's not an expensive one. It's not a great quality one, but still it works.
It works.
And it's
still better than
it
doing
saves
it.
you having to, you know, wind all that yarn by hand. So no, I think it's a fun thing.
Fun and very useful.
Yes, very useful. Yeah. I also got myself, well, actually, my dad is gifting me this one. I really wanted to get a lazy Kate for my e-spinner because I didn't have one. I only had one that was attached to my I don't know, normal to my manual spinning wheel, I guess. And I had been planning for a long time to sell my spinning wheel because it was, even though it was a pretty compact one, the one I had from Louet, it was the S10. It still was, because we have a small flat, because we live in Paris, it wasn't super practical to have the spinning wheel in the living room all the time, and I didn't have anywhere to store it. So now that I'm used to my e-spinner, I know I like it, I know I want to keep it, I'm happy to do all my spinning on it. I finally ordered a lazy Kate from Threadwalkers. They are also the people who make my e-spinner. They are on Etsy, and they recently released their own lazy Kate, and I thought that was the perfect thing to gift myself for Christmas. And it also means that because I had time and I was home this week, I finally sold my spinning wheel, and yeah, that's done. So I'm looking forward to using it. I already have a spinning project I'm gonna start really soon, and that I'm gonna be able to use my lazy Kate for the first time. So I'm very excited. That's a nice present. Yeah. So should we do... You started talking about your WIPs, but I think we wanted to do FOs, like our FOs of this year.
Yeah, I just only talked about this, which is almost done, the cardigan, which is almost done. But should we do a bit of a 2024 roundup? So I've started doing a knitting journal. So I've started making a lot of lists. So one of them is 2024, what have I knit? So I don't have that many FOs. I have 9.
Me too.
Yeah.
I have 9.
Oh, you do? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I have 2 shawls. The Sophie shawl that I just showed you and the stripometry shawl. I have 2 sweaters. This
not
one,
bad.
the Mali pullover, and the baseline cardigan. I knit 1 hat, which was the woolly waffle hat. I knit a cardigan for Leah, for our niece. The other one will soon be done, and a hat for her. And for myself, I knit 2 bandanas. So, you know, kind of a short list, but
It's okay.
it's okay.
For us, it's not about, I don't know how to say, productivity.
No.
Knitting is not about being productive for us. I feel like we are not very fast knitters.
No.
So, and we also
And very,
are not
yeah.
monogamous knitters.
Yeah, and we get easily distracted by new patterns, new yarns. The only thing is, I bring in yarn faster than I knit it.
Well, that's a storage issue, not a knitting issue. That's what I tell myself. Like, my problem is I don't have enough space for all my yarn. It's not the yarn the problem, it's the space.
Yeah.
So, I also have 9 FOs for 2024. I brought a couple here that I wanted to show again. So, my first FO of 2024 was the Traveler Cowl that I knit in handspun. I actually haven't worn this one very much because I don't feel like the shape is very practical. I think I made the back too long. I don't know if it's a problem of gauge, or I think I just kept going too much before turning the corner. So I don't know, I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't love the...
I would wear it more like this, I think. And bring it inside.
I don't know. I don't love the shape.
Yeah.
I have to say.
It's Andrea Mowry's classic cowl shape, but with this one, I'm not sure it worked really well for you.
Yeah,
with your gauge. Yeah.
I love the yarn that I used, which was a handspun yarn. This was my first finished object in handspun yarn. And I loved knitting with it. Absolutely loved it. And because I didn't have enough handspun to knit the whole thing, my wonderful friend and colleague Lolita gifted me a skein of her own handspun because she had the same color. And I was just blown over by how generous she was. And yeah, so I don't know. I think I just maybe need to wear it more and get used to it because I don't want to frog it. I want to keep it.
Otherwise, bring it to the office and wear it during the day.
I wear a lot of my... I leave a lot of my hand knits at the office because I love to wear them during the day when I get cold and I don't know. So yeah, I think maybe I'll bring it to the office and wear it more. Especially since my coat, I have a big hood and it goes up high, so I don't really need a cowl underneath. So anyway, we'll see. But I still love knitting this, and I still want to keep it. So that was my first one. I knit 3 sweaters, which I'm pretty proud of myself because that's pretty good for me. I knit the one that I'm wearing right now. I think that's my favorite of this year. It's the Seela by Jonna Helin. And I knit it in La Bien-Aimée Merino Boucle in Fluoro Morganite. And it's just so comfy and snuggly and I love wearing it. Yeah. So I also knit a black lento. And I also knit my Rhinebeck sweater, which is the Traveler Shell by Andrea Mowry, which I really love. I was so happy with it, even though it was a lot of knitting and I was really tired of it. But in the end, I love this hand knit. I love this garment. I think the idea of it, I don't know, it's just so wearable. It's just like an open jacket without sleeves, with big pockets. It's just a great thing to wear. Mine didn't grow as much as I wanted it to, so I've been planning to reblock it and be more aggressive with it. And I think because I'm a bit of a tight knitter, my gauge is usually pretty, I don't know, close or something, pretty tight. So my knits don't grow so much with blocking usually. So But I absolutely love it. It was the perfect thing to wear at Rhinebeck because the weather was so nice. It was great not to have like a big fluffy sweater, but something without sleeves and open. And yeah, so I absolutely love it. I'm super happy with my 3 sweaters that I knit this year. My black lento I've been wearing all the time. Just, this is I wear it sometimes several times a week, and I've already washed it a few times, and I don't know, it's just the lento for me. Like, Jonna's patterns are my favorite. They're so simple, minimalist. They fit great. I love knitting them. I want to knit everything that Jonna has ever published. And that's one of my goals, but not a 2025 goal. Anyway, so those are my sweaters. I also knit this adorable bandana. Sorry, oh my gosh, it's so
wrinkly.
So wrinkly.
Very wrinkly.
But I think it's a great, like, spring bandana. I love the colors. It's super fun. I really enjoyed knitting it, and I only used 3 mini skeins to knit it. So it was just a great little project. I crocheted my first
shawl.
My first ever crochet project, actually. I don't think I've shown it done. I brought it to the office and left it there. So I don't think I actually showed it when I finished it on the
maybe not
on the channel here. But it's my Le Triangle Granny by Aimee of La Bien-Aimée. And it was my first crochet project, and certainly not my last. I absolutely loved crocheting this year, and I want to crochet more. So stay tuned. And yeah, I did 2 projects for our niece Leah. I made her a little cardigan that I showed last time, just before I gifted it to our brother and his girlfriend. And I also knit her mini baby socks that were super cute. Voila, so that's all of my projects that I finished this year. Not everything I knit, because I knit more stuff, but you know.
Yeah, me too. I also made a list of what is currently on my needles, which I will spare you.
But let's talk about active whips.
Well,
yes,
I have 8 whips on my list of what is on my needle.
Okay.
We're back.
This time, for good. We had to switch to your phone. But it's fine.
Yeah.
So, we had just started talking about our whips, so I think we can just go back to that conversation. I have only 3 active whips, because I'm not counting my hibernating stuff. That's just... so I have 3 active whips, which I'm really happy about. My first one is... Did I show this one already or not? The Boxy Raglan Cardi by Jorge Locatelli. I think I forgot to show it last time, no?
Not sure.
It's a cardigan. The pattern is Boxy Raglan Cardi by Jorge Locatelli. I am knitting it in Big Kumo by La Bien-Aimée. That's my second project in Big Kumo. And I'm using the colorway Sari, which is my absolute favorite color. And I'm pretty far advanced on it. I already have, quite a good progress on the body. And I only have 4 skeins of Big Kumo for this one. And I was worried it would not be enough. But I'm almost done with the second skein. I already have quite a lot of the body done because it's so fluffy. I don't want to make it long. I want to make this like a cute little cardi, you know, maybe a bit cropped and not super long sleeves, like maybe 3/4, because the big Kumo is already so warm that if I make, you know, super long, it's just gonna be too warm for me. So so I'm super happy. As soon as I'm finishing my second skein, which I only have this left of it, I will put the body on hold and knit the 2 sleeves, so that afterwards I can make sure that I have enough yarn to finish the body and then pick up because
the button band.
Yeah, you do a whole button band and collar in ribbing, so I want to make sure I have enough yarn for it. I think I will save about half a skein to do it. Should be enough. So yeah, anyway, I just want to make sure I have enough yarn. But at this point, I'm really not worried because I'm already pretty far along. I think I have, what, 15-20 centimeters on the body done?
15, I would
15,
say,
yeah. So I'm not gonna make it super long.
Yeah.
My number is usually 28, and then I start the ribbing or something, or sometimes 25, and I do a long ribbing. Or so anyway, I'm very happy with it. It's super fun to knit. And yeah, I was hoping to have this finished by the end of December, but then I cast on the cowl and only focused on that. So this one took a little bit of a backseat, but I just went back to it and plan to finish it pretty soon. I also have another WIP, which was my original pop-up project, and it is the Oslo hat by Petiteknit. For now it doesn't look like much because I had just finished the
folded brim.
The folded brim, yeah. There's a bit of a special construction for it, which I wasn't sure of, but then when I was knitting it, I was hanging out with Vera Valimaki at the Bien-Aimée pop-up shop, and she was like, oh, I get what she did, that's clever. So I was like, oh, okay, then if Vera says it's fine, then I'm sure it's fine. So yeah, this is the Oslo hat Mohair edition by Petiteknit, and I'm just knitting the head part, I guess. And so this is also a project I want to finish pretty soon. This is also in the Wandering Flock custom color for La Bien-Aimée, Aimee's Beaches and Dreams, and I'm doing one strand of singles and one strand of mohair. Yeah, I'm excited for it. So this was what I was planning to knit at the La Bien-Aimée pop-up shop when I was working there, and then we all cast on for the big fluffy cal. So I let this one go, but I really want to finish it, so I'm gonna keep working on it. This is gonna be my commute project and lunch break knitting. Yeah, so that's my second WIP, and my third WIP is one that I don't know if I showed either. I cast this on, I don't remember when. In October, maybe, I'm not sure. It's a color, a pretty color. It's called Sonatine by Miki Teragaki. She's a Japanese designer I really love and admire. And I'm making it one of her colors. It's a very simple one, the Sonatine. For now, I really can't show what it's gonna look like because the edge needs to be blocked, otherwise it's not gonna show up. But it's like it's very simple, and it has scallops on the edge. I'm halfway through the design, even though it doesn't look like much, but because you do it bottom up as well, you start with the scallops and then you decrease going up. So I'm halfway through the body, I guess, and then you do a long I cord all the way around and all around the top that you can then So I decided to get back to this project and finish it as well. And for this one, I'm using Wednesday Worsted by La Bien-Aimée in the colorway Sari as well. So this is gonna be a pretty fast project to finish because you start with tons of stitches, but then you decrease. So I'm on the decreasing part right now, and the rows are getting shorter, and then they get much shorter, and then you do the I-cord. So I'm super excited to have it finished because I love to wear. Aimee has several of Mickey's colors, and every time we do an event or something, I love to wear them. They're super cute, and they don't keep you too warm. So they're perfect for like spring and summer events, and yeah. So anyway, so that's my third WIP that I'm excited to work on and finish pretty soon. 2 are in my favorite color in Sari, which just brings me all the happiness. Voilà.
Okay. So yeah, my WIPs, I showed you the cardigan for my niece. And I also showed you the big fluffy cowl that I started, and the other one is the obsidian sweater, which I showed last time, so not gonna show again. So those are my active WIPs at the moment. Yeah. So that's it. I really want to cast on the lemonade sweater by Vera Valimaki. So I'm waiting to finish the baby cardigan to cast it on.
Okay, so that's gonna be your next project.
Yeah, so my next project is gonna be the lemonade sweater in Wednesday Worsted, in Anemone and Baz.
Fun. That's gonna be a really good New Year's custom, actually.
Yeah.
Really good first project for next year.
Yeah. So yeah, so I've also been working on.
I also want to talk about my next cast-ons. I want to make a little vest for our niece, and I really want to use some of my handspun. So I wound this skein of handspun that I think I spun it last year. I don't remember when. I made a little reel out of it on my Instagram. So I think I spun this last year on my spinning wheel, and it's made from a bat from Artemis Yarns that actually Natasha gifted me. I had ordered some fiber from her the first time she did a shop update where she had some fiber, and she said she had this bat in a pink color inspired by the Barbie movie that she thought would be great for me, so she gifted me this one. And so I wrote down, I kept the tag so I can know what's in it, and I think it's just gonna be great for a little baby project. So I thought, because I have about 200 meters, which is, you know, okay for a baby project, but because Leah is such a long baby, I don't think that's enough for me to make her a cardigan again. I could have made a hat, but I don't think that would have used all of it. So I was thinking a vest would be practical for babies. You can just put it over their little pajamas or something. And so I was looking for a vest pattern, and you actually sent me there's a new pattern by Tin Can Knits called Vest Friends. Genius. And so I decided to get it because it's a Tin Can Knits patterns. It goes from baby size to adult size, and there's like 6 different gauges or something that you can work it from.
It's really versatile.
It's so versatile. And I decided to use their app because Tin Can Knits has a free app that you can use to when you're knitting their patterns, and you basically enter the size you want to make, the gauge you're choosing. So for me, I chose a DK. I don't know if this is a DK because it's handspun. It's not super thick and thin, but still a little thick and thin.
A little uneven, yeah.
So I think I would use like a 4mm needle or something to knit it just to make sure, you know, it's looks okay. And so they just released this pattern called Vest Friends, and it's just a simple vest, but yeah, you enter the size you want to make and the gauge you are using, and then it gives you instructions just for the size you're making. So I think it's completely genius. I absolutely want to knit a vest for myself. That's one of my goals for 2025. So I think I'm gonna start with this one for Leah, and then I'll make one for myself, I think. So yeah, that's gonna be my next cast on, I think. This baby vest. I also have to make a sample for work. I usually don't volunteer for samples because I'm the worst like test knitter and sample knitter because I'm so slow. But I can do accessories, especially when there's no deadline. In December, Andrea Mowry released a pattern for her Harlow bulky, did she call it Harlow plump hat? And she also released the matching cowl, which is called the plump top cowl. And it's all in brioche, which my favorite. And so Aimee thought it would be great to do a version with big Kumo, which is our current obsession, obviously, and confetti. And I volunteered to knit that sample. So yeah, I really need to get going on that one, so that we can have it pretty soon, because it's gonna be a great winter knit. So yeah, this is gonna be a new sample for La Bien-Aimée, for the plump top cowl. So this is gonna be one of my next projects as well. Yeah, I'm also gonna do, sorry, I have too many projects. I'm also gonna do some spinning. I'm the sample spinner for La Bien-Aimée. Well, me and Lolita actually, but Aimee asked me to see what it would be like to spin 2 different colors of confetti together. So I'm gonna do one single of granite and one single of the peach, and then ply them together to see what it looks like. It should be super interesting. So yeah, I also volunteered to spin this, and actually I haven't spun at all recently.
Yeah.
So I think like for my last few days of holidays, I'm gonna do some spinning, and that way I get to try out my Lazy Kate, and yeah, so I'm excited to get back to some spinning. That's it. That's all my next projects. WIPs done. Next projects done.
Okay,
do you have more, or do you want to talk about your goals for next year?
Yeah, I want to talk about my 2025 knitting goals. Well, like I said, I want to cast on the Lemonade sweater. I also want to keep going on the Oxa sweater by Boylan Knitworks. So yeah, that's that. I was also thinking, I would like to have like one like classic pink sweater, because I have a few pink sweaters, like this one is pink-ish, yeah, but I would like to have maybe a sweater in sari, because I don't have any, because it's your color and I've been staying a bit away from it, but I've been thinking about it, and I think I would love to have
it would look very good on you as well.
Yeah, so I think I might do either Mohair or Felix pullover in either sari or Liz. Yeah, I think that's in the cards for me next year. I also want to knit a few, if I can, a few of my sweater quantities that I have from my stash before we go to Rhinebeck next year, because my stash is very big and I plan on having, having the full Rhinebeck experience and spending a lot of money there. So I should really stop buying any more yarn at the moment and start knitting. So the one I really want to knit, and I've had for a long time, is a sweater quantity of La Bien-Aimée Aran, in a colorway that I love, a classic one which is called the Magellanic Clouds. It's dark gray with some blue and purple, and I really, really love it. So I've had it for many years, I think, maybe 3 to 4 years, and I would really, really love to knit something with it.
Well, that would be perfect for a Momané, actually.
Yeah, that would be perfect for a Momané, but
you should do the Momané in this one.
Yeah.
Because I made a Momané in Merino Aran, and it's great.
Yeah. So yeah, this I want to knit absolutely this year. And yeah, and I think if I knit the lemonade sweater, the Oxa, a Momané, and the obsidian, which is, honestly, I've only knit 2 sweaters this year, so I'm already, I'm already far from what seems realistic. So that's 4 sweaters. Yeah, that's 4 sweaters I would love to knit this year.
It depends how many accessories you cast on, because you also like knitting accessories.
Yes, I love knitting accessories. I've been thinking about one thing that I would love to knit this year is one of the little shawls by Dee Hardwick in her book Cultivate.
Yeah. We still have to get it.
Yeah, we don't have it.
No. But I bought yarn for a couple of projects from Cultivate when I was at a woolen affair, and I didn't get the book because I didn't want to carry a book back home.
Can I show a few of the things on your?
Yeah, and then phone. I waited to buy it from work, and then we sold out, so we have to order more. So anyway, I'm gonna order. Non, ça c'est pas ça.
Yeah, so Dee Hardwick, she does these like square, how would you call them?
The scarves.
Scarves, yes.
That it's a square that you fold in half and then you wear it like a little bandana.
Yeah. And they all look really incredible.
It's all like inspired by nature and plants and flowers.
You should really go visit her Instagram account. It's very inspirational. I love her aesthetic, and I would actually like to show you my favorite one if I can actually find it.
On Ravelry.
Yeah, I should have.
Bah oui.
Well,
hang on, let me open Ravelry.
Yeah. It's a pink and purple one with...
Oh, yeah, okay, I know what it is.
So, yeah. I think
this one, the garden party.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's dream knitting for me for next year. And the other thing I was thinking about is a traveler shawl, because it's very simple, but I think it suits what I aspire to knit at the moment, which is simple shapes, practical shapes, easy to wear. So maybe a traveler shawl. We'll see. So that's on my list for 2025.
I also thought about some of my goals for next year's knitting, and I think I also have the traveler shawl in mind. and that's because my goal is to knit another project in my handspun yarn. And I have a quantity of handspun that I've been working on to make the traveler shawl. I only have one braid left to spin, and then I'll be ready to knit the traveler shawl. So I think that's gonna be one of my projects for 2025, will be the traveler shawl in my handspun that I bought and spun especially for it. So, you know, I think that's a good goal to have. I also knit at least one pattern by Midori Hirose, because I just completely fell in love with all of her designs when she came to visit the La Bien-Aimée pop-up shop. We did a trunk show and she brought all of her samples, and they were just all so beautiful and breathtaking and clever, and just, I already knew that I loved her designs, and I already have a few in my Ravelry library, or tons are saved in my favorites, but it really made me like aspire to knit them. So I think I really want to knit one of her patterns. I don't know if it's gonna be ranunculus, because I don't love wearing round yoke sweaters. They are not a great shape for me. I find usually the yoke is too low, and when you raise your arms, anyway. I usually prefer a raglan, but she has tons of different constructions and stuff, so I've always loved her Chaika sweater, and so I would love to knit this one. I'm pretty sure I have stuff in my stash that I could use, like Juliette by Derrière Natura and stuff, so that's one of my goals for next year, is to knit a pattern by Midori Hirose. I also want to knit a vest, because I love the look of them, and I don't have one. So there's either the vest by Petiteknit that I want to make, or there's at least 2 or 3 vests by Rosa Pomar of Portugal that she's released in the last year that I absolutely love. I think I already bought a few of those patterns, and I really want to make them. I think that, you know, my yarn baby that I bought at Jet Draper makes stuff at Rhinebeck. I think that would be a great quantity to make a vest. So I think I would love to make a vest, maybe for one of my Rhinebeck sweaters this year, because the biggest plan of 2025 is going to Rhinebeck. It's happening, people. We are taking Emily to Rhinebeck next year. We have already started planning, and as of yesterday, I have booked our Airbnb. So we have a house to stay.
Yes.
That was the first goal, renting a house. And we are going with 2 of my friends who are really good clients. We see each other a few times a year when they come and visit me at the La Bien-Aimée booth, when we do festivals. They are called Ludivine and Anne-Charlotte. We started planning this recently because they came to the pop-up shop, and they started talking to me about Rhinebeck and saying they would love to go. And I said, yeah, Emily also really wants to go. Our problem is we don't drive, and to do stuff there, you absolutely need a car. And they were like, but we want to go. We drive. Let's go together. So we thought, hang on, that's a good idea. And so, yeah, we started planning. We had a little Zoom together. We started thinking about, you know, dates and travel plans and Rhinebeck sweaters. Obviously, that was the first thing we talked about. yeah, and then we looked at houses, found one that we liked.
Yeah,
And
and noticed
it's booked.
that, you know, a few had gone since the day before
Mhm.
when I was looking on Airbnb. So we thought, okay, let's not waste any time
No.
and get that house.
We don't wait. Yeah. I think booking in December for next October is definitely what we needed to do, because there's not tons of options over there. Yeah, so we already booked our Rhinebeck house, and we already know our dates and stuff. We haven't booked our plane tickets yet, but you know, that's coming. So we're super excited to go with Ludivine and Anne-Charlotte, and I think they are as excited as we are to plan this trip, and so we have to decide on which Rhinebeck sweater the four of us are gonna knit, because we really want to knit the same sweater and be matchy when we go. So yeah, this is an ongoing discussion that the four of us are having. Yeah, and it's super, super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Emily gets to go to her first Rhinebeck next year.
Yeah, it still seems very far away, but, you know, there's a lot of things to be done before we go. So I've made lists, and we're gonna have to be on the lookout for tickets and stuff. But I think I've watched so many vlogs and podcasts about Rhinebeck in the last 6 or 7 years, probably. I think I probably started watching them in 2018 or something. It's like I already know the places. I kind of know the vibe of all the different locations, and you know, so I have a list of booths that I want to hit at New York Ship and Wool.
We know we want to go to Cake Palooza and to a woolen affair. We don't know if we want to go to Indie Untangled.
Don't know.
It looks really big. I don't know if we can do 3 events in one day on the Friday. I think 2 events might be good. 3 events might be too much. We don't know. So we are discussing that.
We'll see what's in the cards.
With our housemates and travel buddies. And we'll see what tickets we manage to grab. I definitely want to go to Cake and to a woolen affair. Yeah, that's it. And then spend the weekend at the New York Ship and Wool, the Saturday and the Sunday, so that I can enjoy more than I did last year, because on the Sunday we didn't have time to go back, and I would have liked to visit when it was less crowded. So so anyway, that's happening for sure. We're definitely going to Rhinebeck next year. If you're going, it would be amazing to meet you. And we absolutely will up our vlogging game before we go, so that we can do like a vlog, and yes, it's a super exciting perspective, and I can't wait to see what Rhinebeck sweater we're gonna knit with Ludivine and Anne-Charlotte, and so that's it. That's our plans for next year, Rhinebeck.
So
you know, I also have a couple of sweater quantities that I wanted to show that I would really love to knit next year. I don't know for what yet, but I have a sweater quantity of a beautiful Boucle yarn and a Mohair. I bought them together. It's in a neon yellow, which I love. I really want a sweater in this. I bought those this year at Lenorama. One is from a French dyer, Les Chevaux Solidaires. Voilà. It's her base bouclette. It's a fingering weight. No, it's a lace weight boucle. 800 meters for 100 grams, and it's baby alpaca mostly. And then I got a matching mohair silk from another French dyer called Julia50 to go with it. And I really want to make a sweater. I just don't know which one yet. There's one sweater pattern that I've been saving in my favorites for a super long time. It's called the Aeon sweater by the designer is November Knits. Let me just show you up. But I can't figure out if it's the right pattern. It's this one. I don't know if it's like the best pattern for this. It's called Aeon sweater. For the sweater quantity or not, anyway, I don't know why. I kind of have cast on paralysis for this yarn. I just can't figure out what pattern to knit with it. So I was thinking I could also look at the Midori Hirose patterns and see which one to make with this. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I have 3 skeins of each. And I think this needs to be held double and 1 strand of this, because this mohair is 400 meters. Is it? Yeah, 400, and this is 800. So if I do 2 strands of this and 1 strand of this, it should be super nice and fluffy, because 3 strands of lace weight. Yeah.
Do a swatch maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Do a swatch and then have an intense deep dive on Ravelry. That's the only way. But then maybe, you know, sometimes you need years to find the right pattern for I
don't know. I don't usually get decision paralysis. Usually my mind is made up pretty quickly. But for this one, I don't know why. I love the color. I think it would be so fun to have like a neon yellow sweater. And because it's not like, it's neon yellow, but it's a pretty light neon yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I love it.
Yeah, it's good, but maybe it's not the right combination. I think the two. It might be, you might do 2 of these and 1 that is not as fluffy and a bit more structured. Think about it.
No, I really love the fluffiness.
Think about it. Do you have anything else you want to share?
Yes, I have a couple more sweater quantities I want to show that I really want to knit next year. It's this yarn from the Wandering Flock. It's their Candied Peaches colorway. I got 2 skeins of the singles and 2 skeins of the mohair at the last La Bien Aimée pop-up. And I really want to make maybe a lento with it, but I don't know.
You won't have enough yarn.
Or ranunculus, because that doesn't use too much. Like a love note type sweater. I also got, just in case, 2 skeins of La Bien Aimée mohair in Sansa. If I wanted to add just a strand of light pink mohair to go with it, I could do double mohair and singles. I'm just, if you can't tell, I'm really into super fluffy and like big gauge. So this I think would be a great sweater. Maybe a vest? I don't know.
Maybe a shawl?
I don't know why I'm really not into shawls. I haven't been knitting very many shawls. I don't enjoy wearing them anymore. I like cowls much more. Cowls and hats are like my favorite, so no, I don't think I want to do a shawl. I definitely want to do a sweater. I just don't know which one. Maybe a super fluffy ranunculus, because that I know I have enough yardage to make. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so that's it. These are the sweater quantities I really want to knit next year. Yeah, this year, 2025. Anyway, so if you guys have ideas of patterns that are good for at least like
Fluffy yarns.
an Aran weight, or because I want to use like at least a 5 or 6 millimeter, I have like crossed out fingering weight patterns from my life. I know I am too slow of a knitter to knit fingering weight gauge sweaters. If I buy fingering weight, I buy Mohair to go with it, because I need to knit at least 4 millimeters, at least a DK gauge is what I need. So yeah, I've decided to focus on bigger gauge.
Okay, so I think we can wrap this up.
Okay.
And, wish you all a good end of 2024. Honestly, I'm not gonna miss it. It wasn't the best.
It wasn't a good year for
us. It wasn't a good year, but, I've been sick for the last week and haven't been able to really do anything special for Christmas because we
didn't
sick.
Really celebrate Christmas.
I had bronchitis this week.
We couldn't go visit our niece because you were sick. So we have plans to go visit her
next week
for New Year.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, we didn't really celebrate Christmas.
No.
It was our first Christmas without our mom, and neither us nor our dad were feeling like celebrating.
No.
And so we just decided
not to celebrate
Christmas.
Have an easy Christmas, the three of us. Just a few presents, some good food and easy no cooking type of thing. So
you were resting the whole time, and I just did Netflixing for a week. I tidied a bit and stuff, but really I hardly even went out. For me, that's just how I rest, how I recuperate, is spending time by myself, doing my crafting, and yeah. So you go back to work tomorrow. I still have a couple of days before I go back to work, so I'm gonna, take full advantage of that time to do some spinning. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spin and then keep working on my WIPs before I can cast on anything new. Yeah. We hope your Christmas was better than ours. Ours didn't suck, but it really didn't. It really wasn't anything. Next year is gonna be
different.
Turning a new page.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I think the main thing that I want to do is to travel more. That is, I think, what I feel like it's missing from my life, more traveling. I love to travel, and so we have already started making plans for Rhinebeck, but I also would like to start planning a trip to Italy, maybe in the spring. Because that's what we decided to do. Last year we went to Athens, Greece, and I really want to visit Rome. I've never been, and I think that's just a bucket list trip for me, and I think it would be completely magical. So yeah, I want to plan more trips, and yeah, traveling, seeing beautiful places. And eating good food. Yeah.
I have a big project for next year. I'll tell you more about it when it starts becoming something. But I think I want to change my professional...
Change careers.
Yeah, change careers and do something different. Completely different. I've been doing the same kind of public communications in a big ministry in Paris. It has been really good and really exciting, and I loved it for many years, but I don't love it anymore. So I think now is the right time for me to change careers. So I'm thinking about it. I have different projects. I also want to like study and how do you say
Train?
do training courses for like business development and business creation. I think that's what I want to go into. So I hope I can realize that in 2025, or at least start
working on it. This might not be just a 1 year.
No, it might not be a 1 year project.
I think it's gonna be more long term than that.
Yeah.
But 2025 is the right time to start taking concrete steps.
Yeah.
And training. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's the right time for you to start training.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting, and it's a bit like I don't really know where to start, but
follow your instinct.
Yeah, one day at a time. Every step is, a step towards something.
Exactly. Don't give yourself a deadline or anything.
Yeah. I think I also need some time to really mature a project. So I think as I study and find different things that interest me, then I can maybe shape a long-term project for myself. Because I still have at least 20 or 23 years of working, and have to do something else, and I have to do something that interests me, and so that's in the cards for me next year.
Exciting.
So thanks for tuning in.
And we wish you all a good end of 2024, and then
a happy new year for 2025.
All the best for next year.
A lot of knitting time,
lots of fluffy yarn,
some interesting knitting projects, and
traveling to beautiful places as well, and lots of success and happiness in all your endeavors. Thank you so much for following us and for watching our videos. We hope you enjoy them. We enjoy making them. I feel like it's gotten me a bit more intentional in my knitting and in my projects. I feel like I get a little bit less distracted maybe by, multiple WIPs and stuff like that than I used to. And we will keep, checking in with you and maybe taking you with us a bit more than we did last year.
Thank you. Bye.